let us start with the module 4. Module 4 mainly deals with the internet protocol. Internet protocol is there in the network layer, obviously we know that. Internet protocol is a best effort so that it will try to deliver the datagram from source to destination without actually checking the error. It will check the error only for the header. It won't check for error for the data which were included. So first in this particular module we are going to learn about how the datagram of IP version 4 looks like. So this is the IP version 4 datagram format. So there are two sections in that, header and data. So header will be of 20 to 60 bytes. So minimum size of the header should be 20 and maximum size is 60 bytes. The total size of the datagram will be 20 bytes to 65,536 bytes. That is the maximum including data, and only header is 20 to 60 bytes. So header is again divided into many sections. So let us see one by one what these mean. The first one is the VER. You can see the first one is VER, which is nothing but version, which is of 4 bits. So what this VER indicates? This VER actually indicates the 4-bit version, and right now we are using IP version 4. So I have to fill there 4 in the terms of binary, that is 0100, or 4 in terms of hexadecimal also. This thing will get clear when we try to solve the problems on this and the next slides. So just remember version number will be equal to 4. The next section is HLEN. So HLEN is nothing but header length. Why this is included is because the header length is variable. So it is 20 bytes to 60 bytes. So you have to tell the receiver what is the header length. So to tell the receiver about the header length section is included in the header, that is HLEN, which is of 4 bits. That is the explanation here. The 4-bit header length field defines the total length of the header, and the receiver must know when the header is going to stop and when the data is going to end. So when the data is going to start. So because to indicate that, we have included the header length, that is HLEN, in the header of the IP version datagram 4. Okay, now what value is to be added, that is very important here. So for example now, if the header length is of 20 bytes, so 20 should be divided by 4, the value is 5, so 5 should be added. So it means at the transmitter side the total header length will be divided by 4 and that value will be put. So obviously the opposite thing will happen at the receiver. So whenever the datagram is received by the receiver will come to know about the header length by multiplying 4 to whatever value is stored in the HLEN. For example, if it is 15, so 15 into 4, then it will understand that the total header length is of 60 bytes. The next one is service, that is of 8 bits. Service, different services are provided by the internet protocol, that is IP. So to indicate which service it is being used, this 8-bit field is included to indicate which services are being used by the IP version 4. The next one is total length. Total length is of 16 bits. So what total length will indicate? Total length will indicate the total length of the datagram, including header as well as the data. So minimum will be 20, maximum will be 65,535. One less because we consider 0, right? So 0 to 65,535 is nothing but 65,536. So to find out if you want only the length of the data now, I don't want to know the total length of the datagram. If you want to know only the length of the data, then the formula is length of the data is equal to total length minus header length multiplied by 4, which we have explained in the previous case. The receiver will come to know what is the length of the data by using this formula, that is total length minus header length multiplied by 4. As I explained, at the transmitter side the header length will be divided by 4, at the receiver side it will be multiplied by 4. The next one and the next ones are the 3 ones we include totally, that is identification, flag and fragmentation offset. These 3 fields are normally used for fragmentation. Okay, if the datagram is much larger, then it has to fragmented, because underlying network cannot carry the datagram if the size of the datagram is much larger. So I have to fragment it. So in the process of fragmentation, identification, flag and fragment offsets are used. The next field is time to live. The time to live is 8 bits. Okay, So what this particular field includes? This particular field, for example, now between host and destination, if the number of routers are 4, assume the number of routers are 4 between the host and host means the source and destination. Now the time to live will include 4 into 2 because there are 4 routers, so double of that, 4 into 2, 8. So 8 will be included in this. So why it is required? So whenever this datagram is received by a router, the router will decrement this time to live by 1. So it means the value will keep decrementing by 1 whenever the datagram visits the router. When the time to live field becomes 0, this particular datagram will be discarded because it should not flood the network. So as we know that there are 4 routers in between the source and destination, so we have given double of that, right? So if double of that means if it follows that particular path, it has to reach before the time to live becomes 0. If it has become 0, it means the datagram has taken some other route and it roamed everywhere. Because of that, the time to live has become equal to 0. Once it becomes equal to 0, then it is irrelevant to us, so that will be dropped. The next one is protocol. Protocol is of 8 bits. So different protocols are used because see, whenever the network layer receives the data from the transport layer, only the transport layer will use the TCP and UDP, transmission control protocol and user datagram protocol. So which protocol is being used by the IP will be indicated by the protocol field. Okay. So this explanation explains that. So Internet Authority has given any protocol that uses the service of IP a unique 8-bit number which is inserted in this particular field. For example, if you want to see, now these are the different protocols which are used by the network layer like ICMP, IGMP, SCTP, TCP, UDP and OSPF. So these are the protocols which are using the services of network layer. So these particular protocols will have a definite 8-bit value. So those 8-bit values are here. So if the ICMP is using the internet protocol, then the value of this protocol field will be 1. IGMP, if it is using the IP, then it is 2. If the TCP is using the IP services, then it is 6. If the UDP is using the IP service, it is 17. If OSPF is using the internet protocol service, then it is 89. So obviously you can see that these are the different protocols which are using the services which are provided by internet protocol. Now going back, now the next one is header checksum. Header checksum is of 16-bit. Okay, so header checksum is normally included in the header to know whether any of these fields are changed during the transmission. If they change, then obviously it is a problem. Fragmentation offset may change, flag may change, identification bits may change, version may change, header length may change. So if anything changes during the transmission of this datagram, then obviously it does have an error. So we need certain field to check this particular header checksum. For example, if the source IP addresses only change, then it will never be delivered to the proper source. If the destination changes, then also there is a problem. If the total length changes, then we cannot determine what is actually the total length, right? So the header checksum is included in the datagram the format to understand whether is there any error in the header. Only header, not in data, remember that. Only it will check the header, whether header does have any corruption or corrupted bits, or whether it is correct. How it is calculated? It is very simple. The header checksum is calculated by considering all the field, whatever the values you have included in all the fields. It will calculate one's complement of that, and that will be put into the header checksum. And next one is source address and destination address. Source IP address will be of 32-bit. Obviously we know that, and as we know that IP version 4 uses 32-bit address, and destination IP address will also use 32-bit address. The next one is options. That is option. Option, the name is only indicates that it is optional, right? It is included in some and it is not included in some. It is normally used for network testing and debugging. And although options are not required part of the IP header, option processing is required for only the IP software, right? So what is payload? Payload is nothing but the after whatever is there after the header, that is called payload. Payload is nothing but what? Payload is nothing but the actual data, which includes both the header as well as the data. Payload together, data as well as the header. Header is only the information written on the package, and payload is the content of the package. Whatever the contents are there, that is the content is included in the package is called as the payload. So this is the IP version 4 datagram, how it looks like. So let us solve some of the problems, very easy and fun problems. The first problem example is an IP version 4 packet has arrived with the first 8 bits as shown in the figure. The receiver discards it. Why? So let us see. Option is very simple. See, 8 bits are there. 8 bits are there. It means if you go back to our format, first 4 bits will be version, next 4 bits will be header length. So divide them. The first 4 bits are 0, 1, 00, which is correct, which indicates that version is 4. The next 4 bits are 0010. So 0010 is nothing but what? 2. Right? 0010 is nothing but 2. And you know that it should be multiplied by 4. So we have done 2 into 4. So 2 into 4 is 8. But the minimum header length should be 20. But now we are getting header length as 8. Obviously the receiver will discard it because minimum header length should be equal to 20. But in our case it is only 8. So going to the next problem. IP version packet 4, the value of the header length is 1000 in binary. How many bytes of the options are being carried by the packet? It is very simple. Just multiply it by 4. So 1000 is 8. 8 into 4 is 32. So first 20 bytes are the base header and next 12 bytes will be the option. Simple. 8 into 4 is 32. So first 20 bytes will be header and rest 12 bytes will be the options. Example 3. In this, the header length is 5. Directly they have given the header length is 5 and the value of the total length field, which is 16 bit. So you can see 0x0028. 0x indicates it is in the form of hexadecimal. So how many bytes of data are being included? So you have to calculate the length of the data. You know the formula for the length of the data. Length of the data is equal to total length multiplied by minus header length multiplied by 4. So first multiply the header length, which is equal to 5 by 4. It will become 20. Okay, no options are included because it is exactly equal to 20. That is minimum. The total length is 40. Convert that 0028, which is in hexadecimal, to the decimal. So 28 in hexadecimal is 40 in decimal. So subtract them. 40 minus 20 will be equal to 20. So packet contains 20 bytes of data. Next one, an IP version 4 has the packet arrived with the following first sum of the hexadecimal numbers they have given, and they have asked how many hops can this packet travel before being dropped. It means time to live, right? How many hops means time to live is important. And data belong to what upper layer protocol. So you have to identify the protocol also. Now, to find the time to live field, we have to skip first 8 bytes. We'll go back and see why first 8 bytes. Okay, why I have to cancel first 8 bytes? We'll see that. See, to reach the time to live, there are many fields has to be skipped. So version 4 bits, header length 4 bits, so 4 bit 1 byte, service 8 bits 2 bytes, total length 16 bytes, so 4 bytes. Next identification 16 bytes, so another 4 plus 4 will be 8, and next is 13 plus C 3. So these all things will be skipped, and directly you have to skip 8 bytes. After skipping 8 bytes, 8 bytes means you have to skip the 45, that is first byte, 00 next byte, 00 next byte, 28 next byte, 00 next byte. So total 8 bits you can skip. One number is of how many bits? 4 bits. So two numbers is 8 bits. 8 bits is nothing but 1 byte. So 45 is 1 byte, next 00 is 1 byte, second, next 00, you have to keep on skipping these, and the 9th byte will be 0 1. So 0 1 means the packet can travel only 1 hop, right? Because the time to live is only 1, and the protocol field is 0, the next the 10th one, that is 02 is nothing but protocol field. The protocol field is indicate the IGMP is the upper layer protocol which is using the IP services. Next comes the fragmentation. Fragmentation is normally done whenever the datagram size is very large, which cannot be carried by the underlying network. So at that particular time we have to do fragmentation. So fragmentation means the total datagram will be fragmented into smaller portions, obviously. So before we do that, we have to understand what is the maximum transfer unit, that is called MTU. I have shown two diagrams, that means the diagram includes two levels. The first one is IP datagram, which is given by the network layer to the whom? The data link layer, that is the below layer. Data link layer will add its own header as well as the trailer. Between header and trailer, whatever is there, that is the MTU, that is maximum transfer unit. Okay. Now, what are the fields which affect this fragmentation? The flags, if you go back and check, the flags which are of 3 bits will be of main bits which will affect the fragmentation. You can see here, these are the flags which are used in the fragmentation. The first one is not used. The second one is D, which says that do not fragment, and M, which says more fragments. If do not fragment is 1, then it will not be fragmented. If D is equal to 1, then it will be fragmented. M, if it is 0, it means it is the last fragment. If M is equal to 1, it means there is at least one more fragment which is going to appear after the present fragment. That is indicated by the flag. Okay. Now let us see one example of the fragmentation. So this is the first diagram. You can see byte 4 zeros to byte 3999, that is the total length of the datagram. But this datagram cannot be transmitted over the underlying network, because the underlying network is not capable of transmitting these 4000 bytes. You can say from 4 zeros to 3999 means 4000, right? So 4000 bytes cannot be transmitted by the underlying network, so it has to be fragmented. So let us say that it has been fragmented into 3 fragments. Okay. Now that's why you can see the 3 fragments there. The first fragment is from 000 to 1399. The second one is from 1400 to 2799, and the last one is from 2800 to 3999. Just an example. Now we have to calculate the offset. Now how to calculate the offset? Just it's very simple. Consider the first one. The first one fragment starts from 4 zeros divided by 8. So 0 divided by anything is obviously 0. So offset of the first fragment will be 0. So second fragment starts from 1400. So 1400 divided by 8 will give you 175. The next one is 2800. The third fragment divided by 8 to get the offset, which is equal to 350, right? So these are the offsets. How to calculate the offset? Take the first one and divide it by 8 and put it in the offset field. So let us see the example here. Okay. Now this is one best example. This is the original datagram on the leftmost side. You can see which is having the bytes from 000 to 3999. Okay. Now the rest are 4020 is the total length, 14565 is identification, etc., etc. See 14567. Let us go back to our datagram format, and in that place identification is there. So identification is of 16 bits. So if the identification is 16 bit, it means in our problem 14567 is the identification number. 4020 is the total length, and flag does have 0. It means M field does have 0. It means there are no fragments. Means it has not been fragmented yet. Okay. Now then the last one is 000 because it has not been fragmented, so it will be 000. But this original datagram cannot be sent through our network because our network is not capable of carrying this much load, so it will be fragmented. See 14567 which is the identification, is copy pasted to all the fragments. Fragment 1, fragment 2 and fragment 3 does have the same identification number, which is 14,567. Right, you can see in all the fragments the number remains same. Okay, now the offset is calculated. The total length will change now, because total length is only from 000 to 1399. So total length will be 1400 plus 20 header, so 1420. Remember that. You should keep it. You should keep that in your mind, that the fragment 1 starts from 4 zeros and runs up to 1399. How much is the total? 1400 plus 20 is the header. So 1420 is included in the total length. Okay. Now if we check the flag, the m bit is equal to 1, which indicates that this is not the last fragment. Still some fragments are there. Now the next is 000, that is the offset which we calculated previously. The first is first fragment's offset is 0, which is indicated as 000. Now coming to fragment number 2. Fragment number 2 will have 14,567 identification number. Same, this is not the last fragment, so m is equal to 1 and offset is 175. Why 175? Because we calculated 1400 divided by 8 will give you 175 as the offset. So offset is 175. So total size, check the total size. The total size is from 1400 to 2799. So 1400 to 2799 is nothing but exactly 1400 bytes plus 20 header. So 1420 is included in the fragment 2. You can see that. Now coming to the fragment 3. Fragment 3 will also have the same identification number, 14,567. Now this is the last fragment. This is the last fragment. So that's why you can see m bit is equal to 0. M bit is equal to 0 because this is the last fragment. Now offset for the fragment number 3 is 2800 divided by 8, which is equal to 350. So 350 is included. So now the total size, let us calculate the total size. Total size is 2800 to 3999. If we subtract plus 1, it is 1200, right? 1200 plus 20, that is plus 20 is for the header. So total is 1220, which is included in the fragment number 3. Now further fragments, fragmentation is also possible. Okay, so the fragment number 2 is again fragmented, but still you can see that 14,567 is copy pasted. It means the identification number will never change whether you do 1 fragmentation, 2 fragmentation or 1000 fragmentation. Okay. Now the fragment number 2 starts from 1400, the fragment number 2.1. Then the total size will be 1400 to 2199, which is 800. 800 plus 20, 820. This is not the last fragment, so m bit is equal to 1. 1400 divided by 8 is equal to again 175. So the fragment number, so the offset number is 175. The fragment number 2.2, the same identification is copy pasted, which is 14,567. Now the total size is 2200 to 2799. It means total 600. 600 plus 20, the header length 620. 2200, if you divide it by 8, you will get 275. So offset will be 275. So this is one example for the fragmentation. So this is very important question which is asked many times. So you should practice this example only, so that you can give this particular example whenever it is asked for fragmentation example in the exam. Some of the examples problems also we'll see. Let us see the example number 1. The packet has arrived with m bit is equal to 1. Is this the first fragment, last fragment or middle fragment? Do we know if the packet was fragmented? If m bit is equal to 1, it means that it is not the last one, correct? Because m is equal to 1, it means further fragmentations has been done and you have to wait for other fragments. This fragment can be the first one or the middle one, but not the last one. We cannot say that this is the last one. We can say it is the last one when m is equal to 0. Because m is not equal to 0, we cannot say that it is the last one. we don't know if it is the first one or the middle one. We cannot decide it. Okay, we need more information to know that whether it is the first one or the last one, and we cannot know the offset also. The next one is the packet has arrived with an m bit is equal to 1 and fragmentation offset value is equal to 0. So is it the first one, last one, or the middle one? See, m is equal to 1, it means it is not the last one compulsory, because if m is equal to 1 means there are still some more fragments need to appear. The fragmentation offset is equal to 0. So remember that fragmentation offset is equal to 0 only for the first fragment. So we can decide that this is the first fragment. So the first fragment offset is always is equal to 0. So by that we can decide that this is the first fragment. Let us see example number 3. A packet has arrived with offset value 100, that is 10000. It is binary obviously. What is the number of the first byte, and do we know the number of last byte? To find the first find the number of the first byte, we have to multiply it by 8 obviously, right? So offset is 100, it means it has to be multiplied by 8, and the first byte number is 800 because we divide it by 8, right? To find the offset we divide it by 8. So if you multiply by 8, we know the first byte. So after dividing, if we get 100, then multiply it by 8 then to get the first byte. We cannot determine the number of the last byte unless we know the length. If we know the length, then the length can be added. Then we can, for example, if the length is 200, so 800 plus 200, that is 1000, but the length is not given, so that we cannot determine the last byte. A packet has arrived in which the offset is 100, the value of the header length is 5, and the value of the total length field is 100. What are the number of first and last byte? So let us see. First step, the packet has arrived with the offset value 100. So multiplied by 8. So the first byte number is 800. 100 into 8. Now the header length is 5. So multiply it by 4. So 5 into 4. The header length is 20. Which means that there are 80 bytes in the datagram. If the first byte is 800, then the last byte will be obviously 879, right? 100 minus 20. You can see that. How we got 80? Because the offset is 100. So 100 minus 20 will give you 80. That 80 should be added to the first byte, which is 800. So 800 plus 80, 800 plus 20 will be 800 plus 80 will be 880, actually 880, but because we considered 800, so instead of saying that the last byte is 880, we say that the last byte number must be 879. Wait for the next